Yeah, and I think we can just jump into the first match. Ah, nice. Okay, we can just jump into the first match between Faramir and Karlis, and unfortunately Faramir had issues with recording the file. Every team has one, yeah, I call it slip-up chance, where they don't get punished for not showing the video file, so we apologize on yeah, his behavior, but in the future we will make sure that you have all the files.
It's simply as it is. If one team member manages to mess up his files completely, he will just lose his game instantly, even if he won. That may be sad for the player, but, well, we cannot do our cast here if we don't have any games. And there has to be some rule to punish people for not getting the stuff done they have to get done. And we see here Karlis playing a hunter for innovation versus a hunter for Faramir. And, well, it's full face hunter at the moment versus, I would say, sunshine, because we see a river crocolisk.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Sunshine. And in the past, we saw that the full face hunter versus the Sunshine hunter, like the matchup, is in favor of the full face hunter.
I would agree here. Full face hunter definitely has a slight advantage, especially if he draws all his charge minions. I mean, we see already Leopard Gnome, well, that gets silenced,
Oh,
sadly.
nice.
But Wolf Rider, Arcane Golem, that's just 3 damage in enemy's face. He already drops down to 23. With the Leopard Gnome, it would be 21. Sadly, it got silenced for Karlis. So, why am I saying sadly? Well, we only see one view, so we have to hype for that player now.
So we hope that Carlos wins.
Now we can only see everything from his point of view.
Okay.
So we can only cheer for him. We cannot say, "Wait, Faramir, maybe you have this and this in your hand," because we don't even see what he has in his hand.
That's true. So now there is an option to play the Iron Beak Owl and go for the face. Of course, you kinda wanna silence the hyena before she goes complete crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to have a ham hyena that gets buffed a lot. You kind of silence her and maybe play explosive, but explosive should get more value than just one minion, because your enemy will trade Crocolisk maybe or hyena into your Iron Beak Owl. Or you use your passive and next turn you go for explosive trap passive. So options are here for Karlis, and silence is the most definite one he will do. And he uses steady shot. So enemy goes down to 21, he's up to 28. The race begins since turn 1.
Yeah, and it's really important as a full face hunter, if you play that aggressive style, that you try to use your hero ability, your steady shot, as often as possible.
Absolutely. If you have the possibility to play it in a turn, rather play it than any other card, since if you don't use it, you cannot, like, you wasted 2 damage overall over the whole game. What is he going to do now? Animal Companion Huffer?
I would expect Animal Companion and then Steady Shot, because yeah, you want to make use of Steady Shot. Another option would be Tracking, but what could he draw for 2 mana? Because let's just assume that he wants to Steady Shot. That would, yeah, that would help here. Not that much, so I think he will just opt for the Animal Companion and gets, yeah,
Leok.
Leok.
Still
I wanted to
useful.
say Lenok, but then I'm again at StarCraft.
Still possible or still acceptable minion here. It can still kill the hyena. It could deal 2 damage to enemy Leok. It's not super bad. It's just sad that you got it now instead of a Huffer, because with a Huffer, 6 damage possible. Your enemy would be down to 15. Well, and what you want to do is rush your enemy hard and fast down as possible.
That's true, and I think he's just gonna Steady Shot. But he decides to go for the explosive trap and troll me.
No problem. He just planned it all night long to
night.
in a recorded game to troll you in the live show.
Yep, that's how you do it. And a flare that completely negates the trap.
This is hard if you play in a hunter versus hunter matchup. You always need to, well, not hope that your enemy has his flare in hand. And as you see, there was a flare. And, well, you're kind of screwed now. You take a lot of damage, actually. And even more with the passive. So you're on 18 now, and he's still on 21. you kind of lost your advantage you had.
Yeah, 6 damage on his hand. Now I think he will track. Yeah. There comes the tracking. And we see Leroy Wolfrider starving. I think he's gonna go for Leroy, but he's also running out of cards right now.
Well, if you count it up, there's 6 damage possible now. With Leroy, another 8 damage, and he has a kill command in his hand. So in theory, with what he has flying around, he could win the game.
4 turns.
Yeah, he needs some turns, but he has enough damage, and your enemy, well, if you get an Arcane Golem now, you give him mana, but he still needs to deal with your Arcane Golem. So either sacrifice your Leok or your Hyena into it now, get it killed.
But there are 2 Houndmasters in the normal Sunshine Hunter deck, and if there comes a taunt now, it spells trouble.
Absolutely. That will be super strong and maddening. Oh, and Faramir seems to not care. I guess he will just rush the face harder and trade with the Arcane Golem. Karlis down to 14, your enemy up to 15. How is he going? Oh, a Leopard Gnome. That one is useful.
Definitely is. He could go for Timberwolf, Kill Command, Leopard Gnome, Steady Shot, and just pray.
I would do it like you said, and not attack with your Leroy first. Because if you do, you give him 2 1/1 minions, and with Leok, there are actually 2/2 minions, 2/1 minions.
So 4 damage.
Yeah, instead of giving him 2 damage, you give him 4, and he would have 10, 12 damage possible. With a kill command, he would be absolutely vaporized.
That's true. It looks like he might opt for that combo as well. I think the game will be over in the next 2 to 3 turns. That's a given.
I would say either he dies now, or he wins next turn.
That's true.
There's no other way. If he survives, he will kill, and if he dies, he lost. That's no surprise for you, I would say.
Yeah.
Quoting the obvious here, Unleash incoming. That's
lethal.
if he has a kill command.
Kill command.
Well, if it's a hunter, if what I'm saying.
Of course he has kill command. But that was a quick match, and the Sunshine Hunter.
We just
Okay,
skip
fine.
the deck picking screen here. We just jump in the game, and we see Karlis picked a Control Warrior with Deathwing.
And we see Deathwing more and more often nowadays.
Well, we saw it from Alish at our Take TV Invitational. He actually did the Deathwing play here, and sadly lost to a brawl turn 10 to a 50-50 brawl with his Deathwing. That was super
with
sad.
a Taskmaster. That's cruel.
Yeah. Those
Got
puns
it?
here. I got it. I'm just not reacting. I'm just showing no facial expression. Like a statue.
Yep. That's how you do it.
That's how we roll. So, Deathwing for Karlis. Might it be played in the end, or will it just be one dead card overall? That the one thing that happens with Deathwing quite often.
Yeah.
You get him, and you never play him. He's kind of dead for a lot of turns. What are you going to do, Karlis? I would coin out Armorsmith. In my opinion, one of the best plays. Since you get a 1/4 minion out, you can attack a Crocolisk. If there's a 2/3 Crocolisk, you can slam, attack him, kill it, get an armor, and that's good. Or you just coin out Frousing Berserker now, for example. But you need to fear Stone Tusk Boar, Mark of the Hunter's Mark, play, kills your minion, and gets your enemy a 4/3 Hyena.
And then you're in trouble. He could slam now, but there's also the possibility to armor up Coin Shield Slam, which feels like overkill, but he already has a second Shield Slam on his hand.
Shield Slam is never wrong to use early, since most of the times you're not getting more than 2 armor. Like, you armor up by 2, he plays a steady shot. You armor up by 2, he plays a steady shot.
Scumbag Hunter.
So you can use your Shield Slam for 2, or just your average Slam. I mean, he also has that Slam roaming around. Possibility here to just drop it.
What to do? What to do?
I would say this game was recorded before the patch.
Yes.
It seems like we don't see any time limit. So as we said before, some of those games were pre-patch and some of those games are past patch. That's why if you think that's unfair for some players, well, no one was allowed to change their decks. Everything kind of even. Still, maybe those hunters pre-patch had an advantage, but well, if you played a hunter yourself, you had the advantage too, so you cannot complain at all.
And I think more or less every single player had a hunter deck.
More or less, we saw every single player, almost every single player. I guess one had a Shaman Rogue Warrior, if I'm not mistaken. But now we have Warrior versus Hunter once again. I would give this matchup a slight advantage towards the Warrior, actually, since Warrior has a great potential with shield blocks and everything to go infinite armor and crush everything, especially with those minions flying around. Still, Hunter just super potent and annoying.
And we see Cruel Taskmaster gets used, and he armors up.
5 damage from the Frothing Berserker. And Frothing is one of the most annoying minions in the Warrior deck. If you don't get it under control, and with under control I mean killed instantly, that minion just grows stronger and stronger turn by turn.
Oh, the perfect draw, in my opinion.
The funny thing is you not only kill his Kodo, you also get +1 attack for dealing damage to a minion.
Yep, and you get 5 armor. Which also helps you, because you can most likely shield slam the next minion he's gonna put out.
Not only the next minion, that could be a Savannah High Main, and, well, cheer up for a Death Savannah High Main instantly. 6 damage here, rushing him down, Karlis.
What a beast.
Working good for him. We don't know what Faramir has here, if he's holding a Deadly Shot or
Hunter's Mark.
bore a Hunter's Mark. Maybe not even bore a Hunter's Mark. He could have thrown out a Houndmaster, for example. Still 5 mana left. Animal Companion, Huffer incoming. Easy mode. I mean, what else, guys? What else? Be serious. Be serious with me. What else could have come here?
I think he's most likely gonna go for Acolyte. Acolyte armor up, shield slam. What do you think?
I guess so too. He needs to kill that Huffer. You don't want to take 4 damage in 2 turns long, like unnecessarily. And not only 4 damage. If there's a Houndmaster incoming, that minion is a 6-4. And well, 6-4 Huffer is annoying. He goes for Savannah's play. I would rate it as... I don't like it. So let's say I don't like it. I wouldn't rate it as something. I'm just telling you I don't like it. I think it's not the best idea here.
Oh, get on.
Well, he can attack now, shield slam his own minion, get Huffer. With Huffer, he runs into Houndmaster. That would be the perfect thing that could happen. But, well, or he plays a Geddon, actually. So he attacks with his Savannahs, plays a Geddon, ends his turn, Geddon kills Savannahs,
Gets
and
a 4-3.
Huffer a 4-1.
4-1. Yeah,
Sadly.
of course.
But still, in the end, the most mana efficient way to do this. And Karlis does the play.
Yay, he saw it.
Just love Geddon for doing this. The #1 problem is now, if he hasn't unleashed the Hounds, well, it's only on 2 minions, but still, let's say Leroy Unleash, you don't have a Whirlwind, you don't have a Pyromancer, Brawl, anything to get those Hounds killed.
True. And it looks like he's going for Deadly Shot as well. Okay.
So Faramir has quite some answers here for Karlis' plays.
Would you expect him to play Ragnaros now? I mean, it's really ballsy.
Really ballsy.
He could also go for Frothing, Armor Smith, Armor up, and Shield Slam the small one. That way, his Frothing would get +1 attack, and he would get more armor.
I guess I would risk the Hound being alive and maybe go for Acolyte and Frothing to have something good out. I wouldn't think about wasting my Shield Slam this turn. But he might just go your play here to avoid any kind of kill command Houndmaster action possible.
Or he just ends his turn.
Well, why not? You can also just end your turn. 20 HP still for Karlis. 3 cards down on Faramir. We haven't seen a Buzzard by now. And, whoa. I don't see any of those players having an advantage by now.
Nope, not yet. But he can just armor up. He can trade with the Armor Smith versus the one Hound. And then Shield Slam execute the high main.
He absolutely wants to execute the high main since it's one of the most annoying minions. Sadly, if he has to sacrifice his Shield Slam for it, he could also run his Armor Smith in, for example, just to get... So you can run your Armor Smith in, execute, play Armor up, and kill both of those wolves being alive. Those hyenas, not even wolves being alive.
He can't.
Well, now, like this play, he gets 2 armor. That's good. 1 more armor than if he just runs his Armor Smith in and kills both hyenas.
And he can play Ragnaros.
He can play Ragnaros. And coin out the Shield Slam to Shield Slam away 1 hyena. So, well played here for Karlis. He might actually pull off another win. Or another win.
Another?
1 win. I was like, who won the first game? Well, it was Faramir. So, just pull off 1 win, Karlis, and then you can pull off another win.
Wow, so much damage. Tons of damage.
Frothing Berserker getting out of control, but we only saw 1 deadly shot. So, there could be another deadly shot. Starving Buzzard, first of all, incoming with an Unleash. If the next 2 cards are Deadly Shot and Hunter's Mark, well... or...
That would be mean.
Hunter's Mark, Kill Command, Deadly Shot, Kill Command, or just a Silence. And that's what I said. He may have Ragnaros and a minion out, but he's not having a whirlwind by now.
Wow.
And that draw from Faramir is getting more and more annoying.
Real?
That's the power of a Buzzard. You not only have Unleashed, you just play Beast, Beast, and Beast, and then you get a Karen Bloodhoof, and Karen Bloodhoof against a Hunter.
Slow.
It's way too slow. The only thing you can do is playing your Acolyte of Pain, armoring up. If you play Karen and armor up, yes, you have a 4/5 minion, but you need those cards. You need to draw a Whirlwind. You need to get out of the danger zone.
And he has 16 damage on the board, the Hunter.
So you hope for Ragnaros hitting Leok.
18 damage, actually.
Yeah, Ragnaros needs to hit Leok, and that's 4 less damage. I see Karlis losing, in my opinion, 1 game. But not his fault, just Faramir having an obese draw, actually.
I think that's the kill command, the second one that's incoming, and the game is over. I would just expect that.
You would just expect a second kill command.
Yeah, Hunters always have 20 kill commands. At least it feels like it.
We might see it or not. Still, it's already 7, 10, 12, 14 damage here. Even if he's not winning this turn, I just see him carrying away the win long term.
Kill command.
There's the kill command.
Just kidding.
Well played here from Faramir. He can be lucky that we give 1 chance for players messing up their